Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
A fire causes serious damage to one of Harrodsburg's most recognizable buildings.
Opening day at Keeneland brings several new changes for fans this fall meet.
Bulk of the rain is still moving out and trying to get out toward the east. Still bits and pieces of some showers as we head throughout the afternoon. It's on and off though, so things don't look as bad as this morning. I'll go over that forecast off into your cold weekend coming up. WKYT News and News starts right now.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. It would appear the summer-like weather is over. It's starting to feel like fall in the bluegrass.
The first batch of rain has pushed on off to the east. More showers are on the way, though, and that will be followed by much colder temperatures for the weekend. Let's go to WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris live at our First Alert Weather Center on a key weekend for a lot of things. Micah?
Key weekend is the way to put it, because we're looking at Keeneland, we're looking at festivals kicking off, and also heading to the weekend, the big ball game. UK and also South Carolina. Moorhead's having their big homecoming weekend. It is a big time weekend for a lot of people. Let's check outside because we started it off a little on the dicey side, but you know what? Bulk of the rain has already moved on out. And let's put this into motion because watch this, okay? There's your bulk of the rain moving on out. You're getting bits and pieces and some kind of firing up back toward the west. But remember, we're not really looking at thunderstorm activity the rest of the afternoon. Light showers expected. You might get a heavy downpour, but for the most part, I think we're going to get a huge break here and there. And that is good for Keeneland because you will have a rain chance at 1 p.m., but it's not a total washout. And that's not a huge mess. Hit and miss toward the rest of the afternoon as temperatures do start to drop as that front moves on through. Watch as we go through tomorrow night or tonight and into tomorrow morning and really into Sunday morning. It gets really cold. And I'll show you those numbers coming up.
Okay, we'll see you. Get ready for it.
Yes, prepare.
The state fire marshal is trying to figure out the cause of an overnight fire at a historic Central Kentucky building.
Now, that fire broke out just before 4 this morning at the old Opera House on Main Street in downtown Harrodsburg. WKYT's Mark Barber is in Mercer County now with the very latest on the investigation. It's our top story at noon. Mark?
I'm told the iconic building here in downtown Harrodsburg has seen a lot of change over the years. It houses the city's first fire station, Old Opera House, and Old City Hall. Firefighters tell me the building has reinvented itself many times before, and now they expect it to do so once more. Firefighters say 2 people walking past the Old Opera House spotted smoke pouring out of the building around 3:30 this morning. Fire crews tell us when they started fighting the fire, flames were shooting through the windows on the 2nd and 3rd floor. We're told much of the Old Opera House is damaged, but crews tell us the most important part of the building, the theater, is fine. Firefighters believe the fire started near the front entrance, where a construction crew has been working on the building. Neighbors who watched firefighters battle the flames say they worried the fire would spread.
The glass started popping out on this building and flames start literally billowing out of those windows. This is an old brick building, and if it had gotten involved enough, it could have collapsed. So it was scary.
The fire marshal and state police are now trying to figure out what sparked the flames. They say they don't know what happened, but they don't suspect arson. In Harrodsburg, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. And we've learned the building was used most recently as the worship center for a church.
The search is continuing this midday for a man wanted in a Kentucky murder case. State police now say 37-year-old Kevin Howard of Owingsville is wanted for murder, tampering with evidence, and theft. It comes after human remains were found in the Grange City area of Fleming County on Wednesday. Charles Black has already been charged in the case. Police have not identified the victim, but they say the person lived in northern Kentucky and had been missing for more than a month. A federal judge will be hearing a challenge to Kentucky's law that bans campaign signs within 300 feet of a polling place. That hearing is set for October 13th, just 3 weeks before the state's general election. A businessman has sued the state over the law, citing the First Amendment. The law is designed to create a buffer zone around polling places to prevent interference with the voting process. School assessment results are officially in for schools across the Commonwealth.
Now, at the 51 Fayette County Public Schools, 13 were classified as distinguished and 9 received proficient ratings.
And WKYT's Rebecca Smith is at our live desk now with a look at one way the community is hoping to come together to help the troubled schools. Rebecca?
29 schools were deemed as needs improvement, but overall, Superintendent Dr. Tom Shelton says 2/3 of Fayette County schools scored higher than last year. Williams Wells Brown Elementary had among the lowest elementary scores in the state. As part of a plan for improvement, the United Way is working with the school system to get 400 volunteers tutors for the school. That way each student would have their own tutor.
The most important thing a child can have is a dedicated, positive relationship from an adult support and mentor. And so, you know, whenever I talk with people and they say, you know, what would it take for all students to be successful, I believe that's the model we need.
And anyone who is interested in volunteering can call 211 the United Way, also making training available for anyone interested in helping out. At the live desk, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Rebecca, thank you. Scapa, Veterans Park Elementary, Picadome Elementary, and Rosa Parks Elementary outscored 99% of all schools in Kentucky. Now here's a look at other school districts in central Kentucky. There are some encouraging trends. Clark County ranked in the 70th percentile of all school districts, giving the school system an overall proficient rating. Jessamine County also received a proficient ranking, scoring better than 82% of schools. Laurel County's overall score was 71.8 for a proficient ranking. Madison County and Bourbon counties also ranked proficient. Franklin County scored 66.2, which is better than last year, but ranks as a district that needs improvement. Now, Woodford County received a distinguished, scoring better than 94% of all Kentucky school districts. You can find a link to see how each school performed on WKYT.com.
All right, Keeneland's opening day.
Absolutely. A day many in the Bluegrass have had circled on their calendars since April, always waiting for this day.
Since the spring meet, right? Opening day for the fall meet right now. Micah mentioned earlier, though, it's a soggy afternoon. It means that this new dirt track is going to be put to the test, so some of those mudder horses may do well. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is out at the race course with a Keeneland preview. Whitney?
The gates are officially open at Keeneland for this year's fall meet, but this time fans will notice a big change at the track. This fall, a new dirt track replaces the synthetic poly track that was used here since 2006. Keeneland officials say the change makes the track safer for both jockeys and horses. The start of the fall meet also brings back Keeneland traditions like tailgating on the hill and, of course, placing bets. Betologists are on hand to help fans do that. Now, one concern on this opening day is the rain, but Keeneland officials say racing is rarely canceled because of bad weather. It's usually just delayed. Despite a few sprinkles, they're hoping for a big turnout this weekend.
Keeneland is blessed with the best fans in the world. I mean, our fans come out rain or shine. Last fall, we had a rainy opening weekend and we still had great attendance. So we tell fans, come out, you're going to have a lot of fun. We race rain or shine, and so we're not going to let a few raindrops dampen our spirits out here.
Post time for the first race on this opening day is set for 1:05. Reporting at Keeneland, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
All right, Whitney, thank you. And you can find more information out about the Keeneland Fall Meet at WKYT.com. And it's so good to have you with us here for the noon news. Another American has been diagnosed with the Ebola virus as U.S. officials are scrambling to try to contain the deadly disease.
We'll have the latest on the outbreak next on Kentucky's #1 midday news.
Also ahead on WKYT, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have revealed the name of their new baby girl. But one mystery still remains. We'll explain coming up on WKYT News at Noon. Welcome back to WKYT News at Noon. The American cameraman diagnosed with a deadly Ebola virus will soon be flown back to the United States for treatment.
Now, meanwhile, hazmat crews are expected finally to get inside the Dallas apartment where the man diagnosed with Ebola earlier this week had been staying. Marley Hall has the latest.
A private jet will fly NBC cameraman Ashoka Mukpo back to the United States for treatment for the deadly Ebola virus. The 33-year-old had just started working with the network's medical unit in Liberia when he noticed symptoms. His mother, who lives in Rhode Island, says he's scared but in good spirits.
Basic fear and anxiety, and at the same time hope that we can get him quickly enough to really good medical care.
In Dallas, the first case of Ebola diagnosed in the states has people on edge. Health officials say the number of people who had direct or indirect contact with Thomas Eric Duncan has grown to about 100. Hazmat crews showed up Thursday to decontaminate this apartment building where Duncan stayed before he was hospitalized, but they didn't have the proper permits. They're expected to finish the job today. 4 people are confined inside under court order and police monitoring. Wilford Smallwood is Duncan's half-brother. His son is quarantined.
I said, everything okay, so we have food, everything's okay, we're here, we are fine.
Police ordered the quarantine because some occupants refused to stay home. Marley Hall, CBS News, Dallas.
A suburban Dallas school district sent 3 elementary school children home after health officials said they may have had contact with Duncan. A business with Central Kentucky ties will be in the spotlight during President Obama's visit to neighboring Indiana this afternoon. The president will talk about the economy while at Millennium Steel in Princeton, Indiana. The company processes steel to be used as car parts. Millennium Steel has roots in Nicholasville. CEO Henry Jackson served in the Vietnam War, then later got his MBA and started his own business. Some of Jackson's business colleagues from Lexington will travel to Indiana for the president's visit.
There is some encouraging news about the economy this midday. The Labor Department says employers added 248,000 jobs in September. That's a big jump from August when they added a disappointing 142,000 positions. The report also shows that employers added 69,000 more jobs in July and August than previously estimated. The unemployment rate dropped to 5.9%. That's the lowest since July of 2008. And those numbers are having a positive effect on what has been a dismal week on Wall Street. The Dow is up nearly 150 points at midday. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 are also posting big gains. Well, Prince William and his wife Kate are warning the paparazzi to back off when it comes to their son.
Now, according to Buckingham Palace, lawyers for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have sent letters to 2 photographers asking them to stop following Prince George and his nanny around in public parks in London. A spokesperson says the 2 cameramen have essentially been stalking the prince and placing him under surveillance. The men responded by saying that George is a public figure and they have no plans to stop taking pictures of him. Ashton Kutcher had a little fun while revealing the name of his new baby girl. The actor and his fiancée Mila Kunis announced Wyatt Isabel Kutcher on Facebook yesterday. Kutcher also posted 8 pictures of babies with the caption, "Can you guess which one is ours? Or does it really matter? All babies are cute." He also asked the helicopters to stop hovering over their house because there's a baby sleeping inside and she's super cute. This is the first child for the couple. They've been dating for 2 years and became engaged back in February.
And just asking for a little privacy, huh?
That's right.
All right.
In a cute way.
Yeah. Keep it here on WKYT News. The case against a Louisville man accused of murdering a 12-year-old boy is moving forward.
We'll have details from his first court appearance coming up on WKYT News at 12:30.